Hey, what's up, my friends, my beginner church friends, my Noah's Park friends? Welcome to our first lesson on Moses. Remember how I told you guys on Sundays for the next 3 weeks we'll be doing lessons about Easter specifically, but during the week we're going to be doing an in-depth look on Moses' life because he is a perfect example on how to trust God. Just to give you a little bit of background, this story is in Exodus. It's about the beginning of Moses' life. Moses was part of a tribe of people called the Hebrews, and they lived in Egypt, and the Pharaoh was the ruler. The Pharaoh is a name for a king. The Pharaoh would watch the Hebrews, and he started to get worried about them. Just to let you know, by the time we are done with these stories, you guys are not going to like Pharaoh. Pharaoh is the ultimate bad guy. If you've ever watched a Disney movie with a villain and you think those guys are bad, no. Pharaoh is so much worse. He makes Cruella de Vil look like a sweet little kitten. He is the baddest of the bad. He is cruel. He never does what he says he's gonna do, and enough is just never enough for Pharaoh. So Pharaoh, like I said, he's been keeping an eye on the Hebrews from afar. He's worried about them. They keep growing in numbers. He does not want them to overthrow him. He wants to stay the boss and stay in power. So Pharaoh decides that the Hebrews are going to work for him for free, which means they're going to be slaves for him. They are under his control. He wants to do this because he wants to work them really hard, because it will help him build his kingdom, but it will also, he's hoping it will make them weaker. So that's what he does. I think in the Bible it says from daylight to dark, the Hebrew men and boys, they work, and they are treated terribly. They are sometimes beaten. The working conditions just aren't very good at all. So Pharaoh is working the Hebrews to death. He is making them build huge structures that are actually pointless. Enough is never enough for Pharaoh. He only is having them do these projects because he doesn't want the Hebrews' numbers to grow anymore, and because he loves making himself look better by any means possible. So the Hebrews, they are just being worked harder and harder every day, and the guards are still noticing that their numbers are still growing. They're not getting weaker. They're flourishing, and that's because the Hebrews are God's chosen people. God is watching out for them no matter what happens around them. So when Pharaoh hears this, you can imagine he is furious. So Pharaoh is getting really worried about the Hebrews' numbers still growing, about them not getting weaker. So he comes up with a terrible plan. I told you guys, Pharaoh is a cruel man. He decides to take all the baby Hebrew boys and he wants to get rid of them. And he does. Pharaoh has his men go to the Hebrew villages door to door, and they take the baby boys from their parents. It's a very scary time. So anyways, the story is about Moses. So Moses' family, they live in the little Hebrew village where the soldiers are coming and taking the baby boys. And every night Moses' dad is just, he's been working all day, and he's worried about Moses because he knows what Pharaoh's soldiers have been doing. So every night he hurries home from working all day and is always very relieved to see that Moses is somehow still okay and he's still there. And if you guys think about it, I don't know if any of you have younger siblings or maybe like baby cousins or anything, but can you imagine trying to keep a baby hidden? I mean, they're noisy and unpredictable, and you can't just tell them what to do because they don't understand. So Moses' family has worked very hard to keep him safe this entire time from the Pharaoh and the soldiers, and so far they've been successful, but they know that their luck is going to run out soon. So they make a crazy decision. Like I told you, these stories are all about trusting God, and Moses gets trusting God honest because his mom and dad and sister trust God in a huge way. Instead of trying to hide Moses at home, they know he's unsafe. His mom puts him in a basket, and I know we've all heard this story before. His mom puts him in a basket while Moses' older sister Miriam is kind of keeping watch out the window. Moses' mom Jochebed is at the house preparing a little basket, and she's kind of making it waterproof so that it'll float and water won't come in it, and Moses is placed in the basket. It's always a fun story to tell, but if you really think about it, that is trusting God right there, putting a 3-month-old baby in a basket on their own and sending them down a river. I'm sure Jochebed and Miriam and Moses' dad Amram Miriam. I'm sure they were so worried about him. I mean, anything could have happened. His boat could have fallen over. I think we all know that it didn't. But anyways, they send him down the river, and Moses' sister Miriam, she just kind of watches. She is hiding in the reeds, and she is kind of just watching over him, seeing where his basket goes. And that's where we're going to go ahead and stop the story, when Moses is in the basket heading down the river all by himself, and Miriam is just kind of in the reeds, in the weeds, watching to see what happens. And we will continue our story from there, because you're never gonna believe who finds Moses. It's kind of a crazy story, but for now, I thought it would be fun if we would go and make our own little paper boat. Not one that you could put anything in or probably send down a river, but we'll go make our own little paper boat. So let's go in and do that now. We'll do it together, and I think it'll be really fun. Hey guys, we just heard about Moses going down the river in his little basket, and we're not gonna make a basket because honestly I tried to make a paper basket earlier and it was too hard for me. So instead we're gonna make a paper boat. You guys have maybe made these before, but Raylan made this earlier. An adorable little boy on YouTube taught us how to make these, and now we're gonna make them together. So I hope I remember how to do it. All right, so first just get a regular sized sheet of paper, and you're gonna fold it down. Make nice creases. Fingernails make the best creases. So you fold it down, and now you fold it in half, because then you're just gonna open it right back up. And we're gonna use that line in the middle, kind of like you do with a paper airplane, and we're just gonna fold it down to that line. Fold it right down to that line. I hope you guys can see that okay. Now fold it down on this side. And this part gets a little bit more difficult. Now you got these two flaps down here. Front flap, back flap. We're gonna make some more triangles. We're gonna take a little tiny triangle, just to one side, pull it up, little tiny triangle. Same thing over here, flip it over and do the same thing on the back. See how they match? See how they're the same angle? Now, after you made your creases, flip it back over. Now remember how this is two pieces? There's two pieces, so just pull the front side up, right over there. And see how it lines up right there? And make your good crease. The same thing on the back. Flip it over. The little boy in the video, he just kind of held his right here on the triangles, and he flipped it up, and it perfectly lines up. Whoops, it perfectly lines up when you do it right. I really want you guys to send pictures of your finished boats to me, and I will put them in the next video, okay? That would be awesome. All right, now we've got this. And just in case anybody was wondering, I remember this from when I was little. This is a paper hat. So if you want a hat, you are done. You might need a little bigger piece of paper. I'm not gonna put it on because it's not gonna fit. Okay, just kidding, I'm gonna put it on, but it doesn't fit. But anyways, that's how you make a paper hat. But if you wanna keep making the boat, like you can see that it opens right here, and so you open it, just pull it. And you pull it, it just lines right up. That's what you want, that right there. And now we got two sides again. See the side that has this thing? You want that pointing down. We're gonna flip it up, make a crease. Same thing on the other side, make a crease. And now, again, there's a little hole down here. Pull it out and make another one of these. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. And so now, if you come down here, you can't grab anything. If you come up to this side, there's like a double layer. You should be able just to pull that apart. Is everybody seeing that? It looks like this, and you grab these up here, you pinch them, and you pull. And I just kind of push that part down with my fingers. Just keep pulling. Just kind of closes it up. So it looks like that. He kind of opened it up a little bit, but he went back under to the bottom, and there's a little slit down there. You just kind of open that up now. He kind of did it like this. He held his thumbs up here, his fingers down here. Just kind of open that up a little bit. I got my hand under there, just kind of poofing that out like I want it. Make it flat on the bottom how you want. And there it is, my little blue Moses boat. But yeah, like I said, if you guys make one of these, can you please send me a picture of it or even a video of you doing it? I want to put it in next week's video. I want to try to do these things together so that I can show you guys in my videos each week of all the stuff that you're doing at home. I hope you guys are keeping yourself busy, and I hope that you're finding things like this to do, and I hope that you're watching all the videos that we put out on the church's social media, because like I said before, I really miss all of you guys, and I just want to try to have fun together in this way since we can't be together. So I will see you for our next Moses Bible lesson. And thank you for watching. Bye.